Hey guys, and welcome to the Fish Room. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and today I'm going to talk to you briefly about feeding shrimp. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know that I have worked with shrimp since the early 2000s, right when they first became available in the United States. And I have a huge passion for them. Now, my fish room, I predominantly work with Neocaridina, mainly because I heat the room and it's a bit warm for a lot of the Caridina species. But we have a few exceptions that I'll show you. I often tell folks I think the biggest mistake they make with keeping shrimp is overfeeding. Mainly because a lot of times shrimp are kept in relatively small aquariums, and if you overfeed, you can have some instability to your water parameters, and shrimp just can't tolerate that. The reality is as well that shrimp graze 24/7. If they are actively picking at surfaces and substrate and decor, they're feeding on the biofilm and all the other goodies that grow within our aquariums, and they don't need heavy supplementation. This is especially true if you utilize live plants. Now, live plants are certainly not required, but it's more grazing surfaces for our shrimp, more spots for them to chill out after they molt, and more spots for baby shrimp to hide and pick at as they're growing up. Now, I feed a wide range of foods in my fish room, and rarely do I ever give you guys product names. There's certainly tons and tons and tons of things that are appropriate on the market. But what I look for in a shrimp food is a very small size, a very dense and hard granule that breaks down extremely slowly, as shrimp can make quite a mess. They pick everything apart with their little pincettes, and it can fall into the substrate, leading to secondary pests like planaria or hydra, or even detritus worms, which aren't necessarily terrible, but they're certainly unsightly. So a lot of times I'll use feeding dishes, but most often what I do is just tend to feed quite sparingly. And for that I mean, you know, one teeny tiny shrimp pellet to 5 shrimp. One of the ones I use a lot of is Sarah shrimp sinking granules. They're super tiny, super hard, they don't fall apart. The shrimp can pick them up and carry them around and hoard them. They make little shrimp piles around them, and that's what I'm going to be feeding today. Now, I do also sometimes feed them gelatinized diets by Rapashi. I utilize a lot of botanicals because as botanicals, things like leaves and pods and things like that break down, they produce a lot of secondary organisms and biofilms that are really amazing for the shrimp to graze on. And I prefer to rely on those natural methods over a prepared food in general. However, when some of my colonies get way too big, there's nothing I can do but have to supplement them. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at my shrimp colonies. As always, I love to hear from you guys. Make sure you're subscribed, please, with that notification bell on. I have some interesting content coming out in the next few weeks to months. I am traveling a bit as well, and as always, I would love to meet as many of you as possible, and I really enjoy your comments down in the comments section. As always, thanks for your continued support.